Hello everyone, this is Serious Trivia. Welcome to another A World Betrayed preview video. For this one, we'll be covering the warrior without equal, Lü Bu. And Lü Bu is a new faction that's only available for the 194 start, but he's still the same Vanguard character that we're used to, with 15% melee damage for all shock cavalry and plus 3 morale in enemy territory. Now his starting situation here is given as normal, and it's recommended by CA, and he is going to be really fun. And if you look at his faction specialization here, he has personal victories and momentum. They're two different things. We'll look at them in more detail once we load up, but as you can see here, victory in battle builds prestige and descent, gained by defeating enemy generals in battle, and momentum is increased by defeating other warriors. And the playstyle focus is one-man army. So you're really here to play as Lü Bu. And his unique features, he's still showing the Xiliang cavalry, but he also has camp crushers and a flying raiders, basically two other new units. He has coheres, same as Dong Zhuo, but instead of just using intimidation, you're going to be using momentum to coheres. Raise is still available for you, and mercenary treaties. This is something special. Only Lü Bu can do this as a non-bandit faction. And the mechanics is the same as the bandit mechanic, where you can offer up your services to any faction. You have 20 turns of alliance, basically, where you fight their war, help them deal casualty to a certain faction, gain fame and fortune, and they give you rewards. And in terms of noteworthy characters, here we have Zhang Liao. Everyone's familiar with Zhang Liao. And the new characters are Chen Gong, Gao Shun, and Diao Chen. Diao Chen is not technically new, but she does start out the game in Lü Bu's faction, whereas you had to go through a series of events to acquire her in the 182 and 190 start. Now we'll be talking about these characters a bit more once we load up into the game, and we're just gonna get to that right away. We'll be doing this on Legendary 40 minutes, so see you guys there.
主公虽然诛杀了董贼，但世事难料，数年之内恐怕还要经历磨难。
此等叛徒竟然侮辱于我，他们早晚会知道我不会止步于此，天下人都将看到我所建立的大业。
主公虽已起兵与曹操为敌，但曹贼也已做好了准备，打算与主公决一死战。
曹操就像袁绍和其他诸侯一样，不堪一击，他缺少问鼎天下的力量。
话虽如此。 其兵力却仍不容小觑，主公最好先寻一处易守难攻之地，据而守之，方为上策。然而陈郡遭围过久，对我方亦为不利，疫病蔓延，粮草告罄，如此下去，守军恐难以为继。
我等当如何处置？杀出城与敌军决一死战？
或许可行，他的侧翼部队已经逼近，如果主公能将其击败。 就可获得喘息之机，从而向北撤退，重整军事。
我会让卑鄙曹贼好好看看我的本事。吾乃当世的无双战神，就算是天子，也绝对不能令我屈从。
Alrighty, so Rebel Without a Cause. My lord, you are undoubtedly the greatest warrior in all of China, but even you must sometime admit a temporary setback. The rebels who invited you to lead them against Cao Cao have proved wanting, and have been unable to provide your armies with the supplies you need to capitalize on your successes. Perhaps it is wisest to let Cao Cao reclaim the city of Chen and retreat north, where you can replenish. Question mark. Okay. Escape from Chen, replenish your army, then crush Cao Cao. Alright, first mission, do not pursue Lü Bu. That smug wretch Cao Cao think he has you on the run, but he should know not to corner a tiger. Lured by the prospect of easy captives, Cao Cao's lackey Xia Houdun have been drawn out into the open. Defeat him will give your men the inspiration they need to push on to a safer territory. Rebel leader, 50% salary, and minus 20% retinue upkeep for 10 turns. Not bad. So, let's first take stock of where we are, and I'll go into how we got here. So here we are. We have a few Xiliang cavalry stacks. Chen Gong is with us. And we're facing off against Xiahou Dun, Xiahou Yuan. And down here we have Xun Yu, Cao Ren, Dian Wei. And then Cao Cao's army is with Yue Jin. This is our territory of Chen and Inchuan farmland, and we're getting attacked from the onset. And the reason why we're in this situation, we have to rewind a little bit. So as we all know, in the 190 start, very soon after the start of the game, Lü Bu kills Dong Zhuo. Now the Romance of the Three Kingdom version of this story revolves around a key character named Diao Chan, who is Wang Yun, who is a clerk in the city, not a clerk, but like a pretty high government official in the city, adopted daughter, and basically a dancer girl. And he uses her as a trap to get Dong Zhuo and Lü Bu both in love with her, and they fight over her, and they eventually kill each other over her. So Lü Bu backstabs Dong Zhuo, and that's why she has the Deadly Beauty as her background title here. But historically, Diao Chan doesn't exist, so she's a pure fictional invention, and Wang Yun did team up with Lü Bu to kill Dong Zhuo, but the reason is because Dong Zhuo never treated Lü Bu very well. He was very happy to have him as an officer and used him as a bodyguard, but Dong Zhuo had all these temper tantrums and would often throw things at Lü Bu. And Lü Bu is a very, arrogant man himself as well, so he didn't want to put up with all this. So when he saw the opportunity, he basically murdered Dong Zhuo with some encouragement from Wang Yun. So after Dong Zhuo gets killed, you would think Lü Bu would be able to take over. But no, because you had to think about how Lü Bu is related to Dong Zhuo. So Lü Bu joined Dong Zhuo after killing his former master called Ding Yuan. And Ding Yuan comes from this region here. This is called the Bin province, right? Ding Yuan was the governor here. He was summoned into the capital by He Jin, the butcher He, who was the grand commandant. And he asked Ding Yuan to bring his men in to support his cause against the eunuchs. But after He Jin got killed and Dong Zhuo enters the capital with the two young emperor and his younger brother in hand, all of Ding Yuan's men and He Jin's men joined Dong Zhuo's forces because they were leaderless. That included Zhang Liao. Zhang Liao was also working with Ding Yuan and some other officers like Gao Shun. This group, basically everyone who eventually left and joined with Lü Bu, was part of Ding Yuan's old group in the Bin province. And Li Jue, Guo Si, and that group with Jia Xu were from the Liang province. They were the original folks who worked with Dong Zhuo. So that's why there was a civil war conflict after Dong Zhuo's death, as these two groups basically battled each other for control, and Lü Bu got chased out by Li Jue and Guo Si. And eventually this group would have an infighting as well, as we will soon see, and they will split among themselves as well. But so Lü Bu ran out of Chang'an, and where did he flee? Well, he fled to his home area, right? He fled to the Binzhou area. At first, he tried to stay around. He tried to go to Yuanshu. Yuanshu was in Nanyang in the time, but Yuanshu didn't want to take him in. Yuanshu was afraid of unable to control him. So instead, he fled to Yuanshao, who was in the area that's now the Bin province. And Yuanshao took him in and sent him into the Bin province area to combat with Zhang Yan, because the Black Mountains was a very big force at the time, and Yuanshao was having trouble kicking them out of his land. So Lü Bu went to do that, and was very successful, but he was very loose with how his men would loot and raid the areas that they would gain back control. And Yuanshao eventually felt that Lü Bu was a little bit out of control, and he wasn't sure how to control him, so he sent in an assassination squad to kill Lü Bu. But Lü Bu got words of this beforehand and left Yuanshao's side, and eventually went to a regional lord here called Zhang Yang, and he's in the game as well. And he joined Zhang Yang for a little while, not having much to do. Oh, he's right here. There we go, Zhang Yang. Okay. So he was here for a little while, and then at this time in 194, Cao Qian and Cao Cao entered into a conflict over the death of Cao Cao's father. So Cao Cao moved all his force into attacking Cao Qian over here, leaving his home front kind of exposed. And who did he leave in charge of his home front? Well, he left Chen Gong, who is with us, and Zhang Miao. Now we have to spend a little time talking about Zhang Miao before we go. Zhang Miao is called friend to all, and indeed he was. He grew up with Yuan Shao, Cao Cao, in the capital. They were all students in the scholar school, and he was good friends with them all. And when the coalition formed, when Yuan Shao formed the coalition against Dong Zhuo, Zhang Miao was part of the coalition as well. He represented this region here, and he went there, and Yuan Shao was voted as the head of the coalition and started to, show a little bit of pomp and cockiness. And Zhang Miao, as his friend, tried to warn him, but Yuan Shao didn't like to listen to these words, so he wanted to kill Zhang Miao. And Cao Cao kind of protected Zhang Miao at the time, and basically told Yuan Shao, played the mediator, be like, we're all friends growing up. There's no need to, punish him for a few words. So Zhang Miao was really thankful for Cao Cao's actions. And when Cao Cao was getting started in this region, Zhang Miao helped him out to mediate peace and to take down some of the yellow turban remnants in the region and some of the yellow turban remnants in this Qing province area, and basically got Cao Cao the control of this region for him. So when Cao Cao left to attack Cao Qian, Cao Cao left control of the region back to Zhang Miao and Chen Gong, who is also a friend of Cao Cao. Now, those of you familiar with the Romance of the Three Kingdoms probably know Chen Gong was the man who became disillusioned with Cao Cao after the two of them were on the run, and they were taken in by Lu Boshen's family. And because Cao Cao thought Lu Boshen's family were going to murder them in the middle of the night, when in fact they were, sharpening their knives to kill their pig to give them a feast, and Cao Cao straight up murdered them and said the quote, I'd rather betray the world than let the world betray me. Chen Gong became disillusioned with Cao Cao and left his side. But in history, that's not the reason, and that didn't happen. The murdering part did happen, but Chen Gong wasn't there. Chen Gong always worked under Cao Cao in this region, and when Cao Cao first took over, they were very keen to help Cao Cao out. But something disillusioned them, and what that thing was, it was the scholars in this region started defying Cao Cao's rule, because they wrote these, arguments that Cao Cao is the descendant of a eunuch. And indeed he was, because Cao Teng was a eunuch, and Cao Cao's father was adopted by the eunuch, and Cao Cao is technically, the grandson of a eunuch. And eunuchs were just looked down upon in general, especially by the scholars. So hearing these statements, Cao Cao had a lot of the well-known local scholars murdered. And that included someone named Rang Bian, who was a good friend to Chen Gong and Zhang Miao. So they became not only disillusioned with Cao Cao's rule, but they also started, becoming fearful for their own life. So when they saw the opportunity of Cao Cao leaving, they invited Lu Bu, who was just across the river, over to take control. So Lu Bu and Chen Gong and Zhang Miao pretty much backstabbed Cao Cao when Cao Cao was away, and took control of what technically is Cao Cao's back front, his home area, when Cao Cao was on the march. And Cao Cao pretty much used this issue as kind of an excuse to peace out with Liu Bei, and who was helping Cao Qian defend the land, and ran back here to get his home in order. And that's kind of where we find ourselves as Cao Cao's men flood back in, and we find that our force is technically way too small to take control against Cao Cao's mighty army. We can win a few battles, but we're not going to win the war. And that's kind of the story right now. And we are here looking for a new master once again. But enough about the story. Let's talk about gameplay, because I don't actually intend to play this one historically. Even though for most of our previews, I've been trying to stick to follow the story so that we can showcase some of the story elements in the early stages of the game. But because how the faction plays, I feel like it's going to be more fun to actually go freestyle on this. So first, let's talk about momentum. Momentum is gained for every character your faction leader defeats in a duel, and I believe you also gain one from winning the battle. And you can gain maximum of 10 per turn. And you build this up. As you can see, the highest level bonus, 70 satisfaction to all characters, 40% campaign movement range, 30% melee damage from melee infantry, 25 extra morale, which is faction-wide, is huge, 40% replenishment faction-wide. So basically, if you get Flaming Dragon momentum, I think your army is pretty much undefeatable. And you can go down and check out the progression of each tier. Right. Basically, I think after you hit this tier right here, where the replenishment and morale kicks in, it's pretty insane. In the beginning, you have a long period of idle dragon, but this builds up quite quickly, as you will find out. And then you have something else called personal victories. So personal victories goes from 0 to 10k max, right? Big swings. And for each character defeated by your faction leader's army, your strength increases, but so do the envy and suspicion of others. So this is the punishing aspect of personal victories, of momentum building, is that you will increase lots of loot post-battle. Great, right? You gain a lot of prestige. You lose a lot of satisfaction. So this is a balancing act, right? You can spend momentum on other things, but you don't spend personal victories. So if you spend too much momentum and don't have the countering balance for the satisfaction and other issues, then you're going to start losing characters. And most importantly, the diplomatic attitude penalty with most factions, because everyone's going to be scared of you, right? So you're going to be playing as this loner character in the game, pretty much. And because of how, well, this is my read on the design, right? I'm not sure if this is how they intend you to play it. I mean, if you do a historical run of Lü Bu, you're supposed to go join Liu Bei. But looking at the prestige factor here, right? You can gain tons of prestige from fighting. You don't need to control territory, right? To level up, to rank up your faction. You can do it just by fighting. You can generate your income just by fighting with 200% post-battle loot. And you're very good at doing it, right? So that all makes sense to me. And speaking of momentum, where can we spend momentum? There's 5 ways to spend momentum. You can use momentum to refresh your movement post-battle. So you can, fight, and keep the movement bar high. You can use momentum as assignment to reduce corruption. You can use momentum as assignment to increase satisfaction. You can use momentum as a way to force an enemy settlement to surrender to you, right? Kind of like annexation, but for enemy settlements. So you can just walk up to it, use some momentum, and that city is yours. You can also use momentum as your currency, like intimidation, to cause cohesion during diplomatic negotiations. So those are the 5 ways you can use momentum. And before we move on, we have to talk about Greatest Warrior. So similar to how Sun Ce is a star of this DLC, Lü Bu is also a star of this DLC, and he gets his own series of missions, much like the Legacy of Wu. There's one that's already quote-unquote completed, and it's called Father Figures. This is the 2 men we have called father in our history, and neither of them are real dad. They're both adopted fathers. Ding Yuan first, who was the leader of the Bin province we murdered to join Dong Zhuo, and then Dong Zhuo we murdered to be on our own. And we get 5 satisfaction for killing both of them, and we've already done that. So 5 satisfaction is checked marked. And right in front of us are these 2 targets, cousins in arms, Xia Houdun and Xia Houyuan. If we kill Xia Houdun, defeat, not kill, with our faction leader, we get +5 melee evasion for all spear infantry. If we defeat Xia Houyuan with our faction leader, we get 25 charge bonus for shock and melee cavalry. And if we defeat them both, we get an additional 15 prestige. And this type of bonuses go on for each of these categories, right? Defeat Liu Bei, Sun Ce, Cao Cao, the big 3 for the 3 kingdoms, and you get individual bonuses for each, as well as a set bonus, right? Sworn Brothers, the Peach of the Oath of the Peach Garden, right? You get different bonuses for beating each of them, including getting abilities from that character. So if we defeat Zhang Fei in battle with Lü Bu will learn how to use Blazing Roar. Pretty cool, right? And we can look at some other ones. right? So here we don't see two of them because they haven't come of age yet. But basically this is Sun Quan, Sun Ce, and Sun Ren. And we get, campaign movement range. We get damage. We don't know what the bonuses are for those two characters, but they're going to have individual bonuses as well. And if we beat the bandits, we get guerrilla deployment. We get stock if we kill Yuan Baihu. We get additional 25% post-battle loot if we kill Zhang Yan. And we get to pick up Zheng Jiang's poison blade ability if we kill Zheng Jiang. Right? So the list goes on and on of all these different warriors. So these two are the bodyguards of Cao Cao, bruisers and brawlers. Dian Wei first, he died, and then Xu Chu took over as that job. The 5 elites. These were the 5 generals that Cao Cao named, similar to the 5 tiger general that Liu Bei named. And they're Zhang He, Zhang Liao, who is with us right now. Right? So this is awkward. So to complete this set, we're going to have to let Zhang Liao go and also kill Zhang Liao. Or we just basically don't complete this set and we already probably have scare on the character anyways. But you get different bonus for beating these 5 generals. Northern Defenders, we're killing the 3 Frontiers general. And you get 25 recruitment costs for melee units. Right? Night Battle for killing the strategist. I believe Zhuge Liang, Pang Tong, and Zhou Yu is already on the field. Sima Yi, right? These 3 hasn't appeared in the campaign yet. Yeah, similar idea. I don't know why they used this portrait of Kong Rong, but okay. So we can get different commerce bonuses for killing these 2. We can kill the traitors of Chang'an, the guys who backstabbed us, the Liang province folks, by killing these 3. The tiger generals. Notice if we kill Zhao Yun, we get fatigue immunity. That's pretty great. Here are the warriors of the south. The one that's missing here is Zhou Tai. Zhou Tai's not in the game yet? That's interesting. And then the Yuan clan. And then the Yellow Turban remnants. If we can kill He Yi, we get recovery. Right? That's pretty great. So there's a lot of way to play this. And I think one of the biggest challenges to playing as Lu Bu is not how to win the game. Right? Because it's not too hard if you just start steamrolling your momentum. Your faction's completely busted. But how to win the game? Well, killing all these warriors before they die to other causes. Because it'd be a real shame if He Yi dies and we can never get recovery. Right? I don't care about the set bonus. I care about getting a recovery. So there's some, playstyle in my head where I think you can just, beeline for He Yi in the beginning, enter into some sort of, mercenary contract with, let's say, Liu Biao, so that you can use his territory as, pit stops as you kill off yellow turbans for him. That's potentially a way to do it. And then after we finish that contract, we go hunting for another set of warriors if I enter into another mercenary contract. Because as we have seen from Yan Baihu's preview, mercenary contracts pays pretty well. And you can get very cool items as well as money that way. And it just feels like it fits your playstyle a little bit more. But we're going to see. First, we're going to jump into a few battles here. We got Philosopher. Wow. Okay, wish this was a real playthrough. If we look at our family tree, we're married to our wife, Lady Yan. Zhao Chuan would be a concubine, right? So the game's take on this is you always only have one wife, which is how it worked in China too. You always had only one wife. You could have many, many concubines, but their status in the family is different. But I do wish you could mark them as your concubine. That would be nice. And to see their kids on the tree as well. That would be a nice step forward. We're going to make her our heir just because she's way too young. And 14. Okay, so maybe coming of age soon. But we would like a set of commander bonuses. She's a preacher. That doesn't really help us very much. But we can make her as heir. As you can see here, the Inspire Loyalty. You can spend 1 momentum for increased satisfaction for that character for 10 turns and improve relationship. So that's a way to spend momentum. We do have him as our Chancellor, which is okay. We can keep him on. We're just going to dump the Philosopher on her. Oh, Public Order. We have 2 really good items. Okay, I guess since Li Bu does have some archers, we can put this on him. Okay, and that's it. That's all the items we got. We got a sword. John L is using the sword. We'll get him the sickle as well. I guess I can't complain. 2 very good items. Alright, so we're gonna just start out with a few fights. And if we look at the unique units, so as we mentioned, he still can recruit the C-down cavalry and heavy C-down cavalry. But here is the flying riders and the camp crushers. So the camp crushers were an elite group of units trained by Gao Shun, who was one of our generals, who's called formation breakers. And basically he led about 700 men that he trained, called the camp crushers, and they were excellent at charging in to enemy camps and just being outnumbered and fighting their way out. A very, very highly rated special unit during the Three Kingdoms period. Unfortunately, Gao Shun does get killed when Lü Bu dies as well. So this is pretty much lost to history. And I believe the Flying Riders represent the cavalry unit from the Bin province. You have to remember Bin province also on the frontiers. So they had very good cavalries as well, fighting the Xianbei and the Xiongnu tribes for many, many years. So they're just a little bit different than the Xiliang group, but they're still excellent group as well. And notice camp crushers have splash damage, and they use the same weapon as the Zhanma Jian from the anti-cavalry units. So very, very strong unit. This is a top tier elite unit in the game. Definitely worth recruiting here. Okay, so let's kill off these cousins first and see how the greatest warrior and personal victories work. So they're gonna jump into this fight. Alrighty, so who do they have? Spear guards. Play 2 spear guards. Let's see if we're gonna do a duel. Oh yeah, the Smoldering Fury got patched, so now the melee evasion decrease maxed out at 15%. So you still have some melee evasion, but the damage boost is obviously great. So it's a nice change because sometimes you're killing yourself as you're going to like negative melee evasion there. Chen Gong has an ability called Analyze Weakness, so he needs to stand next to Lü Bu to debuff the enemy melee evasion and armor. So they are going to tag team over here. I'm not sure how I want to deal with this fight overall. I don't think we need to actually use our units. Let's run them up. I believe they have to duel you here. I mean, they don't have to in most cases. I don't think it requires you to win the duel. You can just kill them on the battlefield and it will still count, I believe. But I think the game makes it so that you can duel Xiahou here, like most first battles. Does he only have 1 spear guard? Let's walk up. Alright, we're debuffing him. He has 2. Okay. I'm gonna smash when the units are closer, so I can kill. Oh, he's dying quickly. Alright, smash now. Still debuff. There we go. Did we kill off some units? Oh no, we didn't. They dodged. What Xiahou is dying quickly. The fear that Lü Bu puts in them. Alright. Oh my god, he just tackled a group. Hold on. He can't chase that. Dude, Lü Bu's animations are great. Stop shooting, your lord's getting shot. There's Xiahou body. The bushes are covering him. Okay, hide foliage. Yes. It's already on. Oh. Well, there he is. Let's fight Xiahou Yuan now. Alright, so 1 down. So here, as you can see, you can reset the army's movement point to maximum, but you'll be fatigued in battle when you come out and you don't get any replenishment. But we're fine. We have enough movement left. Now this is a great bonus. Pretty much our economy depends on it. Lü Bu uncharacteristically take a pause Cao Cao's force could not best you in battle, but hunger has left your supply defeated and your force weakened. His destruction will regrettably have to wait till you rest and replenish your force. Want us to recruit 4 more units, and we get growing might. Alright, 1 check marked. Other cousin. Alright, same thing. Let's jump into this. Alrighty. Can't get any more open space than this. We'll let them run towards us, because I feel like Chenggong is going to get murdered by the cavalry if we do the same thing we did last battle. We're going to protect... Wait, what did I misclicked? There we go. Alright, we can get into a duel. We'll let the cavalry engage first. We'll pull him back. We'll say yes, just after the cavalry crashes in. And suicide. There you go. Go, go, go. Follow your master. Oh, we got knocked out. It's ridiculous. Don't mind me, I'm just here to debuff your stats. To lose all your melee evasion and drop 20% of your armor. Oh. Did you know your cousin was not a good fight here? Oh god. That was quick. We won! Alrighty. Cousin number 2 down. And we captured him. So it's up to you guys what you guys want to do with these generals. Basically, you just need to kill. You just need to defeat them once to get the check mark, so you can execute them if you want. We're gonna let him stay alive. And here we can, if we want movement, we can do this, or we can just take money again. It's really up to you guys. Right, your power increases to second marquis because of the prestige gain from doing this. So you don't really need territory. Alright. Oh my god. Oh, so this is maxed out at 10. Not you can get 10 max. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is so easy. Oh wow, okay. So... okay. So you can give up like the momentum gained from the battle to keep your momentum going. I see how it is. See, this takes a while, personal victories. We probably should have asked council first. They probably be like... It probably would have been something else, like defeat one of the armies. But this is fine. So what should we do? What should we do? Should we actually follow the storyline? We could. Yeah, let's try to follow the storyline for now. If I'm ever going to do a let's play on this, which I hope you guys vote for this as well. So Sun Ce, this, Yanbai Hu, all very fun. If we ever do a let's play on this, I'm going to probably do a more mercenary style and not worry about our land and just go beeline for He Yi so we can get recovery on Lu Bu. But right now I think we'll go more story friendly here and just pop in a few units. What's our reform tree like? What free reform do we start out with? Oh, all red. Okay. That's overkill. Okay, but fine. We'll lose our city this turn. They don't even give us a turn to kill these off for income. Okay, so we need to recruit 4 units. Let's just do that and see what the next mission trigger is. Do I want trebuchets though? We can't afford them technically. Just spam archers because they're cheap. Even though archer militia is pretty bad. Alright, let's just lose our territory and see what happens. We can also get a trade deal, even though that's probably going to get broken very, very soon. Oh, he's willing to... Well, we can keep this one going, even if we lose our capital there. Here, take a food, because we're going to have plenty of food. Don't worry. After we lose the city, we'll have tons of food. Yeah, getting a deal with Liu Chong, even though it's worth it, just we're going to lose that trade route right after we lose that. So this one we can at least maintain. There we go. Oh, we have another trade route. Okay, then. Okay, that refreshes the mission. The next one is destroy the falling faction Cao Cao. That's not hard. I thought we had to lose to him as a mission. If we have to beat him, I would have played this a little differently. Right? You technically could have... We could have refreshed momentum after killing Xiahou Yuan and then walked back and tricked one of their armies, maybe lay an ambush, trick one of their armies to walk closer after taking the city, because I'm sure one of them will take it, the other one will walk up. And then we could destroy one of them separately from the other. It's not hard to retake and then just wipe them out. That's another playstyle, but I don't know if I want to keep land because, oh, this I didn't mention. We always have chaotic rule, so we always have one less administrator, 30% construction cost, and 20% corruption. So just don't base your economy on, commanderies and you'll be fine. Or be so good at anti-corruption that you're always a negative 120% anti-corruption and you'll also be fine. We also have another trade route, so we can use this one with Liu Chong. Make him pay us flat gold. Actually, per turn gold will also work. He can still pay us this even though he doesn't have the capital. But he's not really willing to pay much. Come on. Okay. 23 gold. What a deal. We could have checked their items, but we already got a philosopher, so I'm not going to complain about anything. And that's it. I'm not going to build anything here. I'll build this. Alright, we're good. Let's continue. So surprise, surprise, we're getting assaulted by the combined army with a trebuchet. So yeah, we'll just delegate. Alright, they cleaned us out. Alright, so turn 2. We lost the city of Chen. Okay, and Cao Cao's army's on the march up. Yeah, so if I had known, we would have been in a position to go clobber them. We don't have reach yet. When we hit rank 10, we get 2 skills, so it's obviously reach and the Dragon's Gaze. But we're far from that. Yeah, we could have set up a trap for them. We can still set a trap for them. So here's what we gotta consider, right? Killing Cao Cao gives us diplomatic relationship. Killing Zheng Jiang gives us poison blade. So I feel like the choice is clear. We're gonna lose replenishment, but we don't really need replenishment. Trespassing Zanba's territory. Yeah, I don't really care. Right, 5 momentum to take over without fighting, but we want to fight, so we're going here. Alright, we can even declare war on them if we want, but we can wait on that as well. Lu Zhi. Wait, why is Lu Zhi back to... Unless this is a different Lu Zhi. What? Oh, he would... Wait. Lu Su is being abandoned by Yuan Shu. He can't keep them happy. Wait, I'm actually super curious. Historically, Lu Zhi would be dead at this time, and he would be older. Maybe this is just a different Lu Zhi. But it feels like this is the old model before the Mandate of Heaven patch, because they had a very similar Lu Zhi setup. Alright, I'm not going to spend 1,000 gold to find out. It's fine. We're gonna let him march up. We're gonna go hunting. And let's continue. Alright. Winter season. Yuan Shu and He Yi are fighting. Don't die. Alright, so there is a storyline. A way out. Cao Cao's presence is overwhelming and the outcome of the war is unclear. We could instead surrender and offer our service to Liu Bei, allowing us to gather our strength and strike at Cao Cao a later day. We will gain a farmland, sign a peace treaty with Cao Cao, become a vassal of Liu Bei, and receive financial support for 15 turns. Or just continue fighting. Right now, we're doing the full storyline. Alright, so we got vassalized. Destroy Zhengjiang and Zanba. Perfect. Perfect. We got ourselves a farmland. Hooray. Liu Bei is coming to help us. Zhao Yun is here. He starts with the blue blade. Okay. We get fatigue immunity, right? If we kill him. Let's declare war. Oh, we can't because Liu Bei has to do it for us because we have a vassal master. Oh dear. So this is what life is like as a vassal. I've never spent. All right, let's see. We want to declare war on Zhengjiang. What do you say? He says yes, and we can get. Oh, you have some interesting items too. That's not bad, but I think we have to pay for that. Yep. So maybe just some money would be nice. Support your vassal. That's a lot of gold. Alright, poison blade, here we come. Come help us. Alright, Hao Meng is... Hao Meng's angry at us. So, we didn't talk about him very much. He's called the Treacherous Rogue. So, Hao Meng's story is that later on, when we take over Liu Bei's land, spoiler alert, Hao Meng gets bought off by Yuan Shu, who wants to flip him to turn against us and use him to murder us. And then basically Hao Meng tried, Treacherous Rogue, right? He tried, but then Gao Shun comes rescue Lu Bu and asks Lu Bu what's going on. And Lu Bu says, I don't know who's revolting, but all I can hear are Henei accents. So Henei accent, so Henei is the area, right? So he hears the accent of the soldiers rebelling being from Henei. And Gao Shun immediately thinks that, comes and thinks that it must be Hao Meng because Hao Meng's from Henei. So he brings in 1,000 crossbowmen and his camp crushers, goes into Hao Meng's camp and just murders Hao Meng and puts down the rebellion. So I'm not worried about them being angry at us. It's fine. Yeah, I guess managing the court, it's not too critical here. We're just here to hunt down some heads. So let's continue. And she marches out to fight us. What a brave girl. Alright, let's see. The bandit garrisons, they're so-so. Okay, there's a hidden axe. Let's go. Alrighty, so we're loaded up in here. They're the aggressive party, so we can actually, lay back and let them come if we want. Obviously, their army outnumbers ours, for sure. Can't lie about that. Now, bandits don't have good cavalry. They also don't have good siege weapons. There's a lot of things wrong with bandits' armies. But they do have number against us here, so we gotta be careful. We're gonna just let our main army rest back here. Buy some time for our generals to do some damage. Hide these on the side. Not hidden. Not hidden. There we go. And these two will tag team up once again. We don't know where they are. Check guerrilla deployment. I don't know if AI actually guerrilla deploy on you. Oh, we see something over there. Zhengjiang want to duel. Okay, let's slow it down. Doesn't want to duel. I think we can harass her a little bit to change her mind. We're gonna hide Chen Gong off to the side. No spear units, you say? This should be fun. Fist of the Bandit Queen. That's their elite unit. That's even better than their hidden axes. Okay. You might change your tune after you can see what I do to your retinues. And we out. We got the red hair. Wait for cooldown. Change your mind? Not yet? Okay. We'll convince you. Now imagine if we kill Zhao Yun and get fatigue immunity. We just run around all game. No one can stop us on the red hair. And then if we get recovery, whatever health we lose in that little charge, bounce right back. The possibilities are like endless here. You do have a lot of men, I give you that. We got time. We'll move you back. There's no reason to keep fighting them over here. We got archers. Basically, I don't want Zhengjiang to hack us. You know, she hurts. Those red sisters are no joke. I would like to duel her, but she doesn't want to do that, so we're just gonna hide. Stay safe. Friends, play with her. Yep. Stock. Okay. They're like, we're seeing things in the forest. I'm gonna go investigate. Alright, you're the captain of the garrison. We gotta kill you off. Because we still have to fight the garrison fight afterward. I want that temple. Alright, make sure we kill every single one of these. Alright, there's one spear unit that's super annoying here. Alright, make sure we don't lose our mount. That would be a disaster. So they're trying to trick us into charging in. This is clean. Okay, okay, okay. Here goes. Alright. Kill these. Oh, our archers has engaged. Oh! Whoa, 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 whoa. No, 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 no. My friend. How did they sneak up so close? I understand they're called hidden axes, but that's too close. Alright, Libu's here killing. Go help. They're gonna get overwhelmed. Gotta watch out for the archer though. Change your mind? Nope. No one's there to set that fire. A little bit of shame. Distract them a little bit. See if you can sneak up to set a fire. Don't whack me. I'm just a messenger here. Ah, they're shooting us. Throw it, throw it, throw it, throw it. Is it burning? There we go. Now we get out of the fire. Alright, cavalry, go this way, go this way. Crowd them in. I think our traps are getting used against us. Let's kill him. No one likes him. Debuff, debuff, enemy generals. Yep. Alright, stick one group on him. Alright, if he's gonna rout, it's fine. Right. Send. Actually, stay on her. Debuff her. It's not a duel, but let's make sure it's just us. Go debuff. No time to whack the ground. Chase her. Go over there. Army see like, what are we doing here? Alright, just chase that group down. It's like our leader is not interested in winning the fight. Our leader's just here hunting head. Get her. Poison blade. There we go. Alright, we're done. Alright, let's see if that counts, because that was not a duel. But we did defeat her. We captured him and her. Let's try this. Let's try maintain momentum. Okay, so I think maintain momentum doesn't actually cost momentum in a sense. It does. It costs 1. Okay. It was stupid to do it because it was end turn, so we couldn't actually use the momentum after the battle. So that was silly on my part. We did get 8% replenishment though, so that was something. And we did defeat her. Hey, it's an event. What do you know? Okay, so this is historical. So we're talking about how Gao Shun helped us kill Hao Meng. There was an officer under Hao Meng called Cao Xing who actually fought Hao Meng beforehand during the rebellion as well. And he took a spear into his side, I believe, and then he chopped off one of Hao Meng's arms in that duel. So when Gao Shun finished off Hao Meng and came back with the news, he brought Cao Xing back on, like, you know, a little stretcher. So we get a new general. Oh, a loyal sharpshooter. Oh wow. That's an interesting background. The bonuses are on the army that he's in, and also range damage of himself. Interesting. Yeah, it's better to have some more, you know, character bonuses rather than faction-wide bonuses. Okay, so we could definitely add him into the army if we want. We did get Zheng Jiang. So we now have Poison Blade. So let's go check that out. Is it on us? Like, can we see that we have Poison? We do have Poison Blade. Okay, we're undefeatable then. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. We're not gonna be able to test it out on these generals though. Maybe she's willing to duel us. Yeah, let's. Oh, we want Liu Bei to use some of his men too. Now, if we somehow backstab Liu Bei and kill these 3 generals right here, no, wish it worked like that. But let's start battle. Alrighty, we're loaded up in battle once again. Let's see if we can get a duel to showcase our new abilities. Charge up. Maybe. He's doing the. They're hiding somewhere. They have stock or something. That's why you can't see them. We can use it on him. Let's see. Poison Blade. Does what? 10k damage over 15 seconds. So he. Oh, okay. We'll walk through that. We just throw it? Did it hit? He's not taking down. Did it miss? It missed him? How did they die? Did they die from the poison? They took it for him? The retinue around him? Where are you going? Here, take it. Where you? Don't run away, don't run away. Oh, he has a debuff. He can't. He cuts our cooldown. Okay, gotta be a little farther from him. There we go. Throw it. That's gotta be a hit. Alright, let's watch him take to his death. Yes, run. Goodbye. It's 10k over. Ah, he died. Wow. You guys trying to revenge for your general? Where's the other guy? Where's the girl? I know she's hiding somewhere. Oh, oh, there she is. Duel? No? They're not even fighting back. Ah, what a terrible miss. It's like Heartseeker. You just have to wait till they're stationary to do it. No, I know she's hiding here. Go find her. Duel? Duel? Fight back. Fight back. Oh, she ran. Allies, you guys are not doing anything. Oh, they're coming. They're at least coming. Yeah, as you can see, Lu Bu's campaign is basically you playing as Lu Bu. It's Dynasty Warriors, guys. And as you pick up more skills, you know, Blazing Roar from Zhang Fei. Oh, oops. Why is he? Who hit you? Some sneaky unit came over here and hit you? Oh, maybe he charged down, got hit, and I wasn't paying attention. Because, you know, we're playing Dynasty Warriors. My bad. Alrighty. Alright, we captured her. Not really interested. So we can raise for 3 momentum, but we're already at 9. Max out at 10. Wow. Okay. This is kind of insane. Right. So I'm actually going to end the preview here because I think you guys get the gist of how to play this faction already. We're already at plus 55 satisfaction, plus 35 campaign movement, and 20% melee infantry. So basically, you're going to start steamrolling people, and your personal victory is going to continue to grow, and it's going to continue to cause issues with other factions, and that's fine, right? You want this to build up. You're going to rank up really, really quickly from personal victories, and you're going to counteract all the negative satisfaction by keeping people happy because you have super high momentum. Keep fighting, get into, deals to fight, use mercenary contracts, and betray people so that you can hunt them down on the list of your greatest warriors. And I think some of the best ones identified as recovery here, and Zhao Yun for the fatigue immunity. The set bonuses aren't game breaking, so if one of them goes away and dies, it's okay, I think. Most of this one's really good, right? So you might want to go out west and hunt these guys down before they drop. Gongsun Pulley stays alive quite a bit. There's definitely elements of luck to this, because some people might just die off before you get a chance to kill them yourself, which would be a real shame. So the real challenge here for Lu Bu's faction is to actually hunt people down before they die, and not really to mind other things. It's a very different playstyle. It's a very interesting gameplay, and it kind of fits Lu Bu's personality. Not a good manager of things, but a very good warrior, and you can play that to the max extent of the way you want to enjoy the game. So hope you guys enjoyed this preview video. We'll be back with the other faction in the Central Plains later today. Cao Cao is coming up next, and then we'll do Liu Bei. And before ending with Zhengjiang here in the middle of nowhere. Very interesting start for Zhengjiang as well, to be stuck in between these three major powers. So see you guys later. Bye!